Hey, Irene, what the heck is your problem, huh? Care to explain this pie in the fridge? It's absolutely huge. How am I supposed to fit anything else in here? Oh, hey, Luna. I really am sorry for taking the fridge right now. It was just that I baked the pie before going to work last night. I was going to have some after I get back from my shift, but feel free to help yourself to some if you'd like. I have some different kinds of teas in the cupboard that might go well with it. You think I want to have a single bite out of something that some gas station attendant made? Besides, don't you know that I'm on a diet? Oh, I see. I guess I didn't know about the diet. And just why would you go and bake something, huh? Don't you know that we just had our oven replaced? Don't tell me that you used it. Well, yeah, of course I used the new oven. In fact, I was really surprised with how well the pie turned out. I think this new oven really elevated it over a pie that I would have made with the old one. But anyways, the pie is for everyone to share, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I really just can't believe you. You do know that I was the one who bought the new oven in the first place, right? I paid for it all, so just who do you think you are using it without asking me first, huh? I'm sorry, I don't think I quite understand what you mean. I am saying that it's my oven and you should have asked me before using it. I mean, seriously, how old are you that I have to be explaining this? I bought it, so it's mine. It's just that simple, and you should have known better than to use something that isn't yours without asking first. Hold on just a second there. What do you mean it's your oven? I mean, isn't it for all of us to use? Besides, it's your fault that the last oven that we had broke in the first place. That's why he had to completely replace it. Are you kidding me? I know that you're not trying to blame me for this. That oven was on its last legs, and I just happened to be using it when it broke. But then you all had to make this huge deal about it and forced me to buy a new one. But you guys are the ones that were using the oven all the time, which caused it to break. I don't know what you want me to say. You broke the oven, so it's only natural that you should pay to fix it. And besides, I was the one who paid for this oven, and I didn't care at all if other people used it. Well, I am telling you that I bought this new oven, and that means that it belongs to me. Do you understand? So don't go using it without asking me about it first. In fact, the next time that you want to use the oven, I'm going to charge you $5. So what do you think about that? You're going to charge me money just for using the oven? What is the matter with you? So you've got all the money in the world to buy the things to make a pie, but you can't afford $5 to bake it? You really must think the world revolves around you, huh? But maybe it's just that you can't actually afford it. And just what is that supposed to mean? I mean that you are already the age you are, and you're still living with your parents. I think that you can hardly say that you've lived a successful life if that's the case. Not only that, but you work at a gas station and are always bringing back free things from there. And on top of all that, you have to force your sister to buy new appliances. It's pretty obvious that you're nothing but a huge failure and don't know what you're doing with your life. Wow, I can't believe that I'm having to take this from you. What is the matter with you? What's the matter is that you were touching my stuff without asking me first. You didn't buy the oven, so you shouldn't have been using it.
So, you and Luna were getting into it again, because you used the oven that Luna was saying belonged to her.
I wouldn't say that we were getting into it as much as Luna was completely overreacting. I mean, it's like she completely forgot that she bought the oven as a replacement for the one that she broke. And now she's acting as if it's some precious object of hers that only she's allowed to use. She wanted to charge me money to use it.
I see. In that case, it seems to me like it's all your fault.
What? Are you kidding me? How is any of this my fault when Luna was the one who broke the stove in the first place? Luna doesn't even use the oven. She doesn't bake or cook or anything like that at all. So for her to be getting so mad about people using something that she would normally not even touch is just absurd.
Well, sure, you say that the oven broke, but it's really just that one component of the oven broke, right? I mean, it still produced heat and all. I'm not sure the whole thing needed to be replaced, to be honest. But because you made Luna do so, I think you have to take the blame for this. You basically forced her to buy a whole new oven when that really wasn't even necessary.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That oven was so old and had been well used by the time it broke.
I get that, but that still just means that it looked like an old oven. That says nothing about how it was actually working. You should have just made her replace the part that was actually broken. I think that you just wanted a new oven, and that's why you made Luna be the one to go and buy it for you. Honestly, not only is that selfish of you, but it's also just so obvious.
I can't believe what I'm reading. Did you really think this was all some elaborate plot by me?
Oh, come on, Irene. It's not like you're the most mature person. I mean, you're still just working part-time at a gas station. It's clear you just wanted someone to buy you something new. You used Luna and manipulated the situation to get what you wanted out of her. Just admit it.
I am not going to admit something that I didn't do, and I didn't force Luna to do anything.
And I think that you're just changing the story to fit the narrative that you want it to. But the fact of the matter is that you're still living at home and you could never afford something like that yourself. When are you finally gonna grow up and move out? You really need to understand where you stand in all this.
Where I stand? And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, you're acting like you're so special, but I'm the eldest son and I'm living at home to take care of Mom and Dad. The fact of the matter is that there's no reason for you to be here. I'm the new master of the house. I think you need to recognize that.
Did you seriously just call yourself the master of the house?
Well, it's true. I mean, this house, this land. I'm going to be getting all of it after our parents die. And so I just think you need to realize where you stand in all of this. All I'm saying is that you might want to think a bit about the future and maybe leave my wife alone. Okay?
You better be joking about all of this. I mean, since when did anyone say that you were going to be the master of the house? And just who said that you were going to be inheriting all of that after our parents pass away?
Well, I'm the eldest son, so of course I would get everything and you wouldn't. I mean, sure, you're my older sister, but you're not even married. That's why I'm telling you to stop being such a leech and learn how to stand on your own 2 feet.
Are you kidding me right now, John?
Sorry, I know it's easier said than done. I mean, who wouldn't want to marry a woman working at a gas station? Yeah, but anyways, just leave Luna alone, okay?
Hey, Irene, I was just curious. How much money do you have in your bank account? Do you think you have enough to rent an apartment? And just why do you want to know how much money I have? I mean, I probably could afford an apartment, but why do you ask? I knew it! I knew that you were nothing but a little leech. You had savings this whole time, and yet you still insist on living at home. But now that I know you can afford to move out, I want you to pack up your bags and get out of here. We are done with you. Excuse me? You want me to pack up my bags and leave? Well, you just said that you had enough money to get yourself an apartment, so I'm not seeing what the deal is. But you can't just kick me out of my own home like this all of a sudden. What is going on here? Don't you see that this is all for you? If you don't have this push to help you get out of the house, then you're never going to learn how to be responsible. And since it's clear that you've been selfishly saving up money to hoard for yourself, I don't see any problem with kicking you out. You really think that I'm just some kind of selfish leech? Is that all you think of me? Of course it is, and it's high time that somebody kicked some sense into you, so I am taking it upon myself to throw you out. You need to go out into the world and learn how to take care of yourself. Luna, I'm sorry, but I just can't understand any of this. I mean, I haven't done anything to you or John, and I have a job. Sure, you have a job, but you're still not living on your own or standing on your own 2 feet. You're nothing but a gas station attendant who needs to trick her sister-in-law to buy her a new oven. Well, John and I are done feeding into your bad habits and laziness. That's right. Even John is with me on this. In fact, this was all John's idea. Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that my own brother is trying to kick me out? He thinks that having you around is going to hurt his chances of inheriting the most wealth as possible from his parents, so that's why we're kicking you out. I see. And just what did my mom have to say about this little coup of yours, huh? Does she even know? Well, we don't need to bring this up with her at all. Besides, John already knows that she'll go without plan. After all, this is for her sake as well. And just how in the world do you figure that, huh? Because I know that your mom would rather just live with John and I and would love to get rid of you. Everyone would be better off without a leech like you in their lives. So you're really saying that my mom is on your side and you trying to kick me out? I'm saying that she will be and that it's no concern of yours to begin with. Now just pack up your bags, leave, and never ever come back. There isn't a single person in this house who wants you around. So take you and your part-time gas station working behind and just go already. Okay then, if that's really what you want, I'll be gone before the day is done. And never ever come back. The house belongs to John and I, and that's it. There's not enough room for you here, and there never was. You really are clueless, do you know that? But if I'm not going to be coming back to this home anymore, then I'll make sure that no one can ever go home to it. And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? It means that I have tried to be patient with you, and now I am just at my limit. I had no problem when you two moved in. But if you two are really going to try and kick me out of my own home, then I'll have to take matters into my own hands. And I'd rather see this house demolished and this land turned into a parking lot before handing it over to you. Look, Irene, I get that you're upset about being kicked out like this, but you have no authority to do anything like that at all. Oh, really? That's funny, because last I checked, I owned this house, and it's my name on the deed. Wait, what? It's your name on the deed? That's right. So tell me again how I don't have the right to do what I want to my property? What's stopping me from demolishing the house and selling the land? You know that this area is in pretty high demand, right? I could find a buyer within hours, but first I'll go and find a new apartment for myself. And tomorrow I'll look more seriously into what can be done about the house. But, wait, hold on. Are you seriously the owner of the house? Why in the world is it your name on the deed? Well, it's because my mom changed the name from hers to mine, and that made me the owner. You see, after you and John got married, Mom decided to ask me to manage her estate. But I don't get it. Why would she want you to handle all of that? Well, it's because neither of us thought that you and John would want to move in with Mom. And since Mom was worried about what might happen in the future with her health, she wanted me to have the power to handle things if it came to that. But I had no idea about any of this at all. Well, Mom and I were thinking about telling you both, but we just had no idea how long you would be staying. Mom seemed to think that you two were always going to move out soon, though, so she thought better than to tell you both. But anyways, all of this is to say that the talk about you two inheriting the house and not me is just all something John came up with. But this can't be happening. The house, the land, it was all supposed to be ours. Well, don't worry. I'll let Mom decide who she wants to go and live with. And if she ends up picking you two, I'll even make sure to pay you money to take care of her. And just where are you going to get the money to do that? Why would you even do something like that? Well, because I promised Mom that I would take care of her. It wasn't just the house I was entrusted with. But anyways, after I sell this house, I'll also have enough money to be able to take care of Mom. In fact, this whole time, I've been giving help to Mom with her bills and even giving her an allowance. You have? But I really had no idea about any of this at all. Well, now you do. But anyways, I've got to go and start packing up all my bags. I'll explain what's happening to my mom, and you can explain this all to John. I would start packing up your things as well, by the way. You won't have much longer here. No, this can't be happening. You're lying. You've got to be lying to me right now. I mean, our whole plan, it's all gone. We were going to have the house all to ourselves, really make it our own, and now you're telling me that we're actually getting nothing? Yep, there won't even be a house standing by the time everything's said and done. But your brother is the eldest son. You can't just take his house from him. I already told you that John was never getting the house, so I'm not taking anything away from him. But anyways, him being the eldest son means nothing. So anyways, I'm going to go and pack. Good luck with everything. So in the end, I packed up my bags, lived in a hotel for a week while I apartment hunted, and ended up finding a great condo to live in. I made sure that it had room for 2 people since I knew that my mom would want to come and live with me and not Luna and John. She actually loved the place so much and was much happier there than back home. As for my brother John and his wife Luna, they had quite the panicked packing after they realized their time living at home was limited. They had actually drawn so many plans of all that they wanted to do to the house once my mom and I were out of the way. But all of their dreams and plans and blueprints came down to nothing as bulldozers tore down the house and flattened the land into an empty lot. I hear that the 2 of them are living in a terribly cramped apartment these days with almost no savings to speak of. I really have no idea where their money went. They must have thought they were going to get so much from owning the house after they kicked me out. It's clear, however, that they should have come up with a backup plan for themselves. I can only hope that this experience has taught them to always double-check documents and know the full context of what they're getting themselves into. To say nothing about lessons on how to treat people.
Derek, what on earth were you thinking? Today is Carrie's funeral. Your wife's funeral. And yet...
Is there a law saying you can't borrow money at your wife's funeral? Besides, I was borrowing money from my own parents, not from Carrie's parents. Plus, Carrie and I are not blood related, so there should be no problem.
I can't understand your way of thinking.
I had no choice but to ask at that time because I really don't have any money now. Even this funeral costs a lot of money.
My family and your parents covered it all. You didn't pay a penny.
Shut up. If my parents are paying for it, then that's the same as me paying for it. It's your sister's funeral, so stop texting me and focus on the funeral.
I don't understand why Carrie married a man like you.
You shouldn't be saying bad things about the man your sister loved. You're making Carrie cry in heaven right now.
No, Carrie always wanted to break up with you. But she couldn't, because you forced her into becoming the guarantor for your debt.
Forced? No, she agreed to it and signed it herself. I can't have you giving her the role of victim. I'm the victim here, having people accuse me of embezzlement which was actually my boss's doing. They shifted the responsibility on me, and that's how I got into debt. It's wrong to blame me.
But you shifted that responsibility to Carrie and tried to have her repay it all by herself.
I didn't have any money, so I had no choice but to rely on her. Carrie must be happy now that she's free from paying off her debts.
What a thing to say to your wife who suffered because of you. You're rotten.
I'm busy now, so see ya. I have to check if Carrie left anything I can sell.
You really are the worst. Rosie, I'm really sorry about my brother's rude attitude today. I always warn him, but... Shayla, there's no need for you to apologize. Your brother's the one who was rude, not you. But today was Carrie's funeral, and yet my brother was... It's not your fault. I think you did a good job trying to draw the guests' attention away from Derek. So you don't have to apologize to me. Also, you can talk more freely to me like a friend, you know. But since you're older than me, I thought it'd be better to be polite. I'm just 2 years older than you. I'm Carrie's sister and you're Derek's sister, so I guess technically we're not family, but we can be something between family and friends, don't you think? Yes, I like that idea. Thank you. But it might take some time for me to open up. That's fine. Go at your own pace. And never feel guilty about what happened today. It was all your brother's doings, not yours. Yes, thank you very much. So what are your parents' thoughts about Derek? To be honest, my parents and I have always wanted to cut ties with Derek. But my brother was accused of something he didn't do, and we kind of felt sorry that he was betrayed by his colleagues. Oh yeah, he mentioned something about being accused of embezzlement, which was his boss's doing and not his. That's right. My brother is indeed the victim in that matter. The debt he has now is also due to that incident. That's why my parents couldn't be so hard on him the other day and decided to lend him some money. There is also the matter of Nathan. So that's why your parents lended him money quite easily at a funeral. Yes, I did try to stop them from speaking of such things at that moment, but I was also afraid thinking that my brother could go on a rampage in front of all the guests. It would be embarrassing to have them cause a commotion like that. I see. I'm sorry. Maybe if I was stronger, this wouldn't have happened. My brother has always looked down on me, thinking I would never speak back to him. He's the worst kind of person I ever met. I wish I was strong enough to speak back to my brother like you, Rosie. But he won't listen to me either. It's hell to even think that we have to continue our relationship with him. Oh, but my brother told me that he has a new girlfriend and that he's moving out of state to live with her. A new girlfriend? It's only been a few days since Carrie passed away. I know, but I think it's a good opportunity. There are a lot of things I want to look into. Things you want to look into? Hey, where are you? You left Nathan alone in my yard without notice.
I'm sorry, but I need you to look after him from now on. I'm moving out of state, so I'll leave him to you.
Huh? Do you understand what you're doing?
I wanted to take him to my parents' house, but it was a bit far, so instead I took him to your place. If that's too much trouble, then could you take him to your parents' house?
He's your son.
That's why I'm asking you to raise him. I'm sure Carrie would rather have him raised by you than by me.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I'm serious. My wife Carrie passed away and I can't raise him by myself. I left the kid at your house so that you can raise him.
Don't regret this decision that you made.
I won't.
Fine. By the way, the woman who was in your car, is she your new girlfriend?
Well, yeah. I'm single now, so why not? Well, take good care of him. Goodbye. Hey, how are you? This is Derek, remember me?
What do you want now?
Well, my wife wants to have a baby, so I came to pick up my kid.
You're rotten to the core. You know that?
It's my kid, so it's my choice what I do with him. I think it's best for him to be raised by his own parents. You think so too, right?
You're not capable of raising a child. Give up on being a parent.
What? I'm not giving up. My wife wants to have a kid, but she doesn't want to go through the pain.
I don't care. Don't try to use your child for your own convenience.
He is my child. He deserves to be with his real parents. How could you pull him away from me?
You should go to the hospital and have a checkup. You're clearly not thinking straight.
Shut up. Anyway, I'm coming to your house now. Get ready to hand over the kid to me.
It's no use coming.
Hey, who's that kid? Bring out my real son.
What are you talking about? That boy is your one and only son.
Then how come he doesn't know who I am? When I told him I was his real father, he said, "You're a stranger. Who are you?"
You abandoned him when he was 4 and never came to see him. How is he supposed to remember you?
Just show me my real son. I'm his real father. I'm the one who loves him the most. Otherwise, I'll sue you. I'll tell the authorities that you took away my dear child and won't give him back to me.
What's his name then?
What?
If you love him as a father, then of course you remember his name, right? Actually, I never heard you mention his name. You didn't forget, did you?
No. Well, his name,
You love him, but you don't even remember his name. I'm so dumbfounded. Who would believe such a parent?
I just happen to have forgotten it. I'm about to remember. Tim? Or was it Tom? Give me back Timothy.
His name is Nathan. It starts with an N. Sorry, but I taught him not to speak to strangers. Please, leave at once.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. Actually, this is a big chance.
What are you talking about?
You know, kid YouTubers are the trend. It wouldn't be interesting to see an old man like me on YouTube, but if I can get my son to do things, I think he could become one of those famous kid YouTubers.
Huh?
Everybody likes smart kids, right? If I can have him learn foreign languages or cook good food, I'm sure we'll get many viewers. It all depends on how good I can make him look on screen.
Are you trying to use your own son as a money-making tool?
If he hits the jackpot, we'll all be better off. I've already thought of a few tricks. I'll even pay you some money after we succeed, so please.
I feel sick even just texting you. I shall call the police.
Then I'll call my parents. My parents are on my side, you know.
You still think your parents are on your side?
Of course they are. I'm their eldest son. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear from me, and they should want me to raise Nathan, not you.
That's not true. We've already cut ties with you.
Is that you, Shayla? What's going on?
I'm at Rosie's house right now. Our parents are here too. We all took days off, so the 3 of us came here to visit Rosie and Nathan.
Oh, good. You 3 have to convince that woman to give Nathan back to me. I'll share the money I make from having Nathan become a kid YouTuber.
Did you read the text I sent you? We've cut ties with you.
Huh? Why?
You are a man who will leave his own son behind to elope with a girlfriend just after his wife passed away. We are all so ashamed of you.
I left him with a trustworthy person, so what's the big deal?
If you don't know what the problem is, there's no hope in helping you. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Shayla, you've become cocky, haven't you? I'm your big brother, so little sis, all you need to do is to obey my orders and not talk back.
I'm not the same person I used to be.
What do you mean?
I'm not the Carolee Shayla anymore. I have become strong to protect Nathan. You can't use me to your convenience.
Ha ha ha. Are you pretending to be a superhero or something? You're just weak Shayla who can't go against me. I was being kind enough to tell you what's wrong and right, and you always believe me.
You always look down on me and force me to follow your orders. You never let me speak out my own opinion. But you lied to me.
Lied? What are you talking about?
That incident being accused of your boss's embezzlement. We know that was a lie.
You have any proof?
I did some research and found out the truth. You were just fired for skipping work all the time. The embezzlement was a lie, and it had never occurred. I can't believe you'd lie like that to get your family's sympathy and have them hand you some money.
Well, I had no choice. We were being chased by debt collectors, and I needed some money. But if I lied to you like that, I knew they'd lend me money without question, so...
Just to remind you, we have an IOU attached to the loan. You signed it too, so you know what that means, right?
I did sign it, but are you really going to make me repay that money? We're family. As a family, we should share property.
I can understand that crazy way of thinking of yours. We are going to charge you for everything you owe us. Don't you dare think of running away from us.
Shayla, what's wrong with you? Where did my kind little sister go? Why are you being so mean to me?
I told you, I've changed. I knew you'd come back one day. I've become strong so that I could protect our family from you.
Damn it. Damn, what the hell is wrong with you? I can't believe you threw your own brother out of the door.
I told you before, didn't I? I've become stronger.
I thought you meant it by becoming mentally strong, not physically.
You haven't given up on Nathan and tried to take him by force. Plus, Rosie looks depressed. What did you do to her?
I'm never gonna give up. I'll definitely get Nathan back.
It's time for you to give up. I called the police.
What?
Trespassing and assault. That's enough to get them to arrest you. Plus, you have a past of fabricating embezzlement at your old workplace. I'm sure you would be a pretty interesting person for the police to look into.
Wait a minute. You're gonna turn your brother in to the police?
I've already told you. We all cut ties with you. If you've got a problem with that, you can come back and fight me, since you like making your way by force.
Oh no, please. I need to prepare a large sum of money ASAP. If the police catch me now, I'll be in big trouble.
I don't care. Goodbye.
Wait!
Rosie, how long are you going to be depressed by that fool's words? You should just forget everything he said. He was just trying to weaken you so to get his hands on Nathan. But maybe that guy is right. Deep down, maybe I took in Nathan because I wanted to be a mother. I thought I was doing it out of love for Nathan, but I don't know. That guy was the one who forced you to take care of him, remember? I could have left him to your parents. Maybe it was my ego that made me take him in and raise him on my own. Yesterday, I was talking with Nathan when you weren't around. He said he was glad that you were his mother. What? Nathan's classmates made fun of him for not having a father, but he told them that he didn't need a father because he had a very strong and kind mother. Is that so? Rosie, you have become an irreplaceable mother to Nathan. If you want Nathan to be happy, you have to continue to be a good mother. He wants nobody other than you to be his mother. Understand? I understand. Thank you, Shayla. It's okay. Finally, I have the courage to speak out my true feelings. It's all thanks to your help. That's good. But there's one last mission for you. What mission? As your reward for accomplishing your goal, we have to plan a fun trip with Nathan. Yay! Derek was arrested and taken away by the police. In addition to trespassing and assault, he was also found guilty of numerous other crimes. He was sentenced to prison. It seems like he was tricked by the woman he eloped with and had all of his property stolen. So he tried to use Nathan to make money. He only thinks of himself to no end. Now he has no one he can rely on, and of course, no one visits him. He is all alone in his prison cell. I went through the official process to adopt Nathan as my son. With the help of Shayla, my in-laws, and my parents, I will continue to raise Nathan as a single mother. There are many hardships, but I'm very happy every day.